computer too. So I don't know if you know. You basically stream all your videos and like you can link your YouTube to that channel. You know what I mean?
Okay. So like whatever they got going on.
Yeah. Easy way to trace your analytics and all that. Same way that you would if you were looking at DistroKid, United Masters, or any of them like that.
Why do DistroKid be having to pay, bro? I be telling Mario about that, bro. DistroKid pay, but United Masters is free though.
Yeah, I mean they had a DistroKid. Him and Kevo had DistroKid first.
I say pay.
So and it just so happened that when I started managing, and when that's when It's Gorgeous started fucking with us. And when they restarted that. And when I was like, yeah, somebody was like, dog, you know how many fake emails I get from Gucci?
Oh, you be getting fake emails from Gucci, bro?
Not from real Gucci. Yeah, you like, oh yeah, I'm part of 1017, da 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 da. And whatnot. I'm like, folks didn't try to get whopped on that shit when they tried to get him on a.
Hey, mama, you done made it.
Nah, there's a lot of scammers out here. They'll be like, oh yeah, we trying to sign you, and then you gotta pay them like $200.
Yeah, that makes no sense because you supposed to automatic. Hey, really? You automatically supposed to get paid for everything. Like that's real talk.
Yeah, like you're signing for money. You're supposed to get money. You ain't supposed to give them money.
Oh, why do you think that's smart?
That's the whole kill. So there's a lot of we went through a lot of that shit to the point that we didn't know who was real and who was fake. You know what I mean? So, but they came in good faith. We talked to them on the phone. I actually got to see them up front, and then that's how that started. So that's when we started putting things on there. So with Marty with him right now, it's not that he can't and whatnot. Is that right now his job doesn't allow him really to do much else. My man worked for Amazon.
Yeah, they did really Amazon. He was telling me about it.
Yeah.
It
was much easier when he wasn't working and whatnot. I was like, yeah, let's ride out, let's do this, let's do that, whatnot. But this jump literally takes up all his time. I called him at 11 o'clock this morning. You know what I'm saying? But he's not getting off until about 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock tonight. And by that time, he drained and whatnot. You gotta go home. You gotta take care of kids.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be hard, you know, but it doesn't stop the conversations and like what we need to do to grow and all that. You know, it's just finding a balance in their schedule. That's the biggest thing. And then you know he's going through it because his cousin got shot.
Yeah, yo, but that's why I don't even, you feel me? I be letting them hear, bro. I don't really know how that be,
Like at a point in time where he's like, dog, I can't even be outside like that because shit's going on right now. You know what I mean? But he's still 100% in it.
Nah. Trust me, I know. He wanna be making music, like, cause I be recording now, so I can really pull up on bro and really record. Like, we could be making endless songs, bro. I'm telling you, like, really all day. But I realized what you were saying, like, he really is busy though, so I will respect that if anything. You know?
Yeah. He's going through a lot of, and then he's in the middle of trying to change his sound.
Oh yeah, no, that's the biggest one.
And whatnot. So like, in which he didn't really want to be in no gangster shit to begin with and whatnot, but now it's just like I really don't want to be in no gangster shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's on a serious note.
Yeah, like it's cool. He didn't want to be gangster no way.
Oh.
So he wants to break into like more conscious, if not Christian rap, from what he was telling me. Yeah. So I mean, there's a whole little lane. I listen to Christian rappers. And I follow a couple of them on So like, what's her name? Childlike CC. She be cranking. She rap like she on a trap. Like she mainly rap on trap beats, and it's all talking about God.
I think I know you. Like she been posting on Instagram lately. Like
she's like, well, are you what's the name of that jump? Hold up, this thing doing Instagram and shit. She got a song on there that was cranking. She was cranking.
If it was a live mic performance, I seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. For real. coming out soon.
So, and then everybody else doing it. It's enough. Like young, you doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Be in the studio, keep consistent. You get what I'm saying?
And keep going, younger. Relax. Shout out AP Roy Young. Yeah, I definitely seen her before. She like that.
Yeah. I'm about to say her. You can check out God Over Money. I'm about to say there's a couple of them. You know? These artists aren't like necessarily in this area though. I think she's from North Carolina. If I remember correctly. But so it's just like whatever. It's like whatever you want to do, dog. I'm just here to support. You feel me?
Cool, appreciate
it. You know what I'm saying? Andy's still doing this thing at the top. He was with Trendsetter.
it. Was outside. That was looking sweet for real. I hope he shot something out there. Way had to. That was real.
You know what I say? Even Wap got shit in the tuck.
But he need to drop it. Hey, you be throwing me. I hope he do see this. I don't know if he gonna see this, but man, like
You
is the greatest.
He got some shit with him. He got some songs. He got some, but and then like folks kind of like, all right, he's trying to do some things, didn't work out. All right, now he's back. You know what I mean? So I think what it is right now is for one, you need to see people's faces. We ain't see nobody.
We all been all the way for real talk though.
Yeah, shit. It's time to, so, and that's why I used to always stress the importance of meetings, because because it's just like, this is going to be you think the most of the work we get done in the chat, but it's not. It's easier when we can all come together and really exchange ideas. I like it better face to face. That's just me.
I do too. I find the phone. I don't got no problem with the phone. It could be wrong. Like we text. And I feel like you get a more genuine, like you said, you get more creative in person. Like when you talk to people.
You know what I'm gonna say? It don't gotta be like get some food, get some drinks and whatnot. Everybody do that. Alright. And then at the same time, everybody, like I said, everybody's going through things. Everybody's going through some trauma and whatnot.
Back 10 times harder, man.
And so sometimes you think, I know for me, I got depression. You know what I mean? So
if anything, bro, I cannot tell you anything that can really make you happy, bro. But if you want me to be honest,
no, you preaching to the choir. I grew up in the church. I know all that. You know what I mean?
Talk to
And my depression has nothing to do more or less with my relationship with God. It's just the things that I went through. And when prior to me being here, I was in probably one of the toughest situations in my life. I was losing my home and whatnot. My mother, I didn't get to heal when my mom died. You get what I'm saying? I had to survive. I had to take care of people. I had to take care of my aunt. I had to take care of my cousin and whatnot. I'm taking family in, taking friends in. Motherfuckers carrying me left and right and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? To the point, that's why I'm in the jump by myself. I do not like living with people.
I would do the same thing. I ain't gonna let man. It's your own space, man. You free
and whatnot. And I just did what I could. You know what I'm saying? And that was just stay busy, help people and whatnot. Do what I can, work with my family. And then it got to a point where I was in the middle of trying to save my house, trying to be a good boyfriend, trying to do all this stuff, and it felt like none of that shit was working. Like I'm putting myself into bankruptcy, trying to save my house because it's my mother's house. You know what I'm saying? And I get a letter in the mail like, yeah, the house already been sold.
Dang, that's wild for real.
The only reason I was still in the house was because COVID kept me in there. Because they couldn't evict nobody. You know what I'm saying? So even so, they didn't get rid of me. I left on my own. When I went back to my old job, that shit was abandoned.
Dang.
We putting the bandit sign on there, change the locks on there, lock that jump out.
As you got here, bro, one time, bro. Everything happened for a reason. You gotta remember that.
I just had a real bad drinking problem.
That's what I was trying to tell you about.
And
that,
shit,
bro.
At that point, because I was by myself. What I told people was gonna happen, happened. Y'all gonna be cool. I can go on. You can go live with your mother. You can go back to Philly. Everybody else can do whatever they gonna do. I'm the one that's gonna be stuck here to pick up the pieces, and that's exactly what happened. And so I basically sat for months in the house that I did not own with my dog. I was drinking straight. Nobody knew until my aunt called me and was like, "Yeah, I need you to chum on the drinking. If something happens to you, nobody gonna find you. This is just you. Ain't nobody heard from you. Ain't nobody just randomly coming up to my house." So if I die, and ain't nobody gonna find me right away. Somebody gonna end up just going in and not jumping.
I think like that.
You know what I mean? So but that was my wake up call. You know what I mean? That was my wake up call. When I was like, I need to start listening to my mom's more of the things that she told me that I should be doing while she was alive, like going to therapy for like unresolved things, like my parents getting divorced and shit like that. And whatnot. And so I started going to therapy, and then I really started like going hard trying to find an apartment and things like that. I had started GoFundMe because I wasn't making enough money and shit. Because I was so deep in like borrowing apps and shit, I wasn't even seeing my whole check. I was seeing like 500. You know what I'm saying?
That was on Dave, bro. Dave.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Dave. It was a couple of them Jones, bro.
I was on Dave, the earning app. Bridget, Albert. I had like 5, 6 of them motherfuckers, dog.
And I think I owe some of them Jones back too.
And shit, until I tried to help my man catch his check because he was just working downtown and shit. And that shit ended up fucking me over. I was in the hole like 1,500. Living here. I had to miss 2 checks and keep on calling all these officers so they'll kick me out. Like, and then I closed my bank account. I started with Chad, and I started seeing my whole check, and shit was different from that. You know what I'm saying? And shit. So like I had a lot of things to do to get myself together, and now I'm here. I'm not in a bad space no more. Doing not plenty of things to heal from, but plenty of things to heal from. But I can actually like work towards that. I can travel. I can do things that I didn't think I was going to or able to do.
Anything is possible. Yeah, remember that. Anything. You want to see more things this year. You want to travel the world more this year.
So, and I'm not letting like nothing stop. Stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like if something stop, all right, bet. I do those things I gotta do. You know what I mean? Still gotta go to school. There's some more stuff. This is gorgeous. So you can see the diagram. And as far as this board is concerned, I just be doing like outside of y'all, and I just be like A&R stuff.
What's A&R?
So A&R, A&R's like bag. So like remember, he didn't get to go to the show. We was at Grand Lounge and whatnot. So he's the one. So he's basically in charge of recruiting artists for labels and whatnot. And It's Gorgeous is a label that builds labels. You know what I'm saying? So that was the goal for us. So where you start with free distribution, you might get enough streams or however you make money and whatnot. Then you move on, pay the fab. You know what I'm saying? And then once you make, and then there's the label distribution, which is basically everything. You get everything and whatnot. You get all their services. You get the whatnot. The same way with Bread when it came. The TSF nigga was up down here.
When you talking about he was in here?
Yeah, he just came to DC. He was when I saw it was a guy. that's with Is Gorgeous, but he got signed to TSF. That's the Sauce Factory. That's Sauce Walker's label.
Oh, that's hard though. That's hard though. Zion
Yeah.
Man on that song too. Really.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Zion Man though. Real talk, man.
And shit. So like when you become that, when you do the label distribution, that's when you become a featured artist, and you don't have to worry about paying for performance slots with them a lot and whatnot, because technically at that point you're an opener, not an opener. You're the headliner.
So you can do whatever you want to do.
You know what I'm saying? So they're building around you. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing they gave us right now is advice of what we can do if we wanted to plan our own tour and whatnot. Because for real, you only get so far around here. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. Like there's a lot of potential for DC, for this area and whatnot, but
Too much hate to stay. You know,
well, here's the thing. That's because of the whole drill rapping thing. And drill rap ain't what it used to be and whatnot. It used to be, at least when like Keith and all of them was coming and all that, and like it was cool and whatnot. But like I'm in the schools, you know what I'm saying? I see how that really affects people and shit. Like I could be cool in some of the class, and somebody play a song. It's like, nah, turn that song on. Nah, turn that shit off.
Oh yeah, because it's from somebody else's neighborhood.
Exactly, and I'm just like, that. First of all, this ain't even your class. You can't tell him what he can and cannot listen to. Now I'm a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, fool. I ain't gonna lie. I experienced that one time in like 9th grade, but I don't understand why people really be caring that much about music, fool. Like,
Because it's not music. They're not making music to party in the clubs.
they making it for the
They
drill,
making music for
slide.
they making music for their men, and they making music to send messages to niggas that's literally across the street from them.
Real talk.
Who did this? Who did that? Who spent? Who didn't spend? Who got shot? All that. That's all they be doing. It's just sending messages, and that shit been a rap forever and whatnot. That's part of hip hop and whatnot. Like beat has become so much part of hip hop that, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't see it as much as mainstream besides like the big shit like the Lil Durk and the
Young boy.
and the NBA Young Boys and all that and whatnot. But nah, this just like you got Merlin a little different though.
Merlin cool, cause I feel
Merlin a
like
little different because Merlin, well, not the neighborhoods of Merlin ain't even.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We real could become bigger, bro. But it's just it's the matter of fact.
Most artists that are from this area, whether they're from DC, Maryland, Virginia, most of which are from Maryland and whatnot, don't, in my opinion, don't appeal to this area. Like they do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say that for like Q, Rico, Nasty, and whatnot, but like you think about like the IDKs, the Logics. You know what I'm saying?
You wanna know why I never understood? Why in DC is more talking about slab music and they get more views, and down here you don't get that much views. You ever think about stuff like
The
that?
thing about DC now and whatnot, because that shit really ends up, in my opinion, didn't start jumping until like maybe 6 years ago. Like when I first started working on Maya, that's when that's the first time I heard Q the Food. Mind you, I grew up a lot. I ain't never seen a nigga day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm asking my friends and putting up people I grew up with, like, you know this nigga Q? You heard of him? And one night, cause I got kids in my school, so like, I'm on Locker Road. And I'm like, right the fuck, where? Now I'm seeing the video, in the little condominiums right across the street from my father's house. Like,
Hey, fool.
you know what I'm saying? Like we grew up, when we was coming up with rap, it was DC, the DMV period was a lot more multifaceted because it was still new and whatnot. Wale was the only person that was really mainstream and whatnot until we got Trail. Mind you, we had Board Administration. Board Administration was like probably the only DMV based label that was like out here that you would hear more about. So like the official Tone P's, the Black Cobains, Miss Sasha, Fat Trill, Wale, and all of them. And then Trail went by himself, and then his manager was stealing from him and shit. Cause cause Wale got signed to MMG first, then Trail. And whatnot. Cause Wale got signed around the same time Meek Mill did. You know what I mean? And so, and there were so many other movements in DC that were like bringing people together, like Team Northeast, like Slutty Boys, all that.
It's a lot of them.
And whatnot. Like, no, the Team Northeast shit was happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like the trail was at home and whatnot. Like, mind you, they were still throwing parties and shit in that house. Out in Marlboro, like deep out in Marlboro. You feel me? I was in that motherfucker. My man used to produce for them. When they said the still around. And shit. So like that Team Northeast shit, I'm talking like Uchi, motherfucker, Do Baby, P Wild, hard working ENT, motherfucker, Fats, the big fella, that's board administration too. Like when niggas was real life coming together. You know what I'm saying? When I wasn't no like and shit like that. Mind you, beef was still very important, regardless and whatnot. But in my opinion, I saw a lot more unity then. Like that's like my college days, like my early 20s type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You is right though. Beefing is sort of like, I get that it's kind of dumb, you feel me? But it's like if it ain't happened, them songs probably wouldn't even drop for real. Like,
no, well, here's the thing: it's not that it wouldn't have dropped because all the music did was highlight the beefs that were already going in. So like my school used to be a simp school. It was like you had kids coming from other places. You had them Lechmont kids. You had your maybe 1 or 2 Columbia Heights and all that. But most of the kids were from simp and whatnot. So mind you, we were like in the middle of the beef and whatnot. Imagine going to school, having a good time at school or whatnot, cooling with your friends, doing whatever and whatnot, despite whatever else you might be going through, and you go home to get off the bus, you get shot when you get off the bus.
Dang, fool, yeah.
Or you get beat up on the bus. You know what I'm saying? And shit, just like the year, mind you, neighborhoods changed. Like you couldn't, like at one point in time, you couldn't be from 37 and be a minor. You know what I'm saying? There might have been like 1 or 2 where they were girls that weren't really on nothing and whatnot. So if you was a boy, you from 37, like you was getting trashed.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You couldn't even be affiliated. You couldn't be somebody that was even affiliated with no 37 people in that school. You know what I mean? So now, most of them have graduated, and so then a bunch of kids got kicked out of HD from Clay Terrace. So now Clay Terrace basically run the school. You know that Clay Terrace beef with Lincoln Heights. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So and we've actually like it was a lot more visible. We knew what was going on back then and whatnot. Like they could be a random drive by in front of the school, kids pulling up with their families to fight somebody else, some random big geek and stuff. That's regular for me. That ain't nothing. And now it's just like the last day, it was like it's like, did y'all hear some gunshots? Because we was on Kimmel News and they said that, they were shooting outside and whatnot. Some people could hear the gunshots on one side of the building, you couldn't hear it on the upside of the building. Somebody tried to get into the school with a gun on their GED side and whatnot. On the other side of the street, my co-workers' windows getting shot, getting busted open by gunshots.
Gotta do better on him, man. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? I got kids that taking charges for their parents.
Taking charge for their parents is crazy.
So their parents don't get locked up.
That's a real son or daughter, whatever. You the real one, nothing capping.
Whatnot. Like I've dealt with kids that have been sex trafficked. Whatnot. I had a kid that I helped graduate. Mother died right after she graduated. Stepfather died like maybe a year or so afterwards. And whatnot. I found her ass strung out. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's her out.
That's the other thing. My job is very traumatic.
You do know so many kids. I know you gotta know most of these stories.
I run into them out here because I be outside. Like not as much now. But especially when I was driving, if it was in a neighborhood, you couldn't keep me out of. You know what I'm saying? In DC at least, and whatnot. I was the type of nigga that I could be coming to your neighborhood, talk, have fun, smoke a J with you all night, and I leave and you go like, everybody know this nigga? Like,
Hey, yo, hey.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's it. That's like on the, it ain't on no street shit, no gangster shit, no none of that. I'm probably just trying to buy some weed. I'm probably trying to go see a jump. You know what I'm saying? I'm a suburb nigga for real. I just go where the fuck I want. And shit. And so I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a lot of niggas. Well, excuse me, fellas. How you doing? You fly shit, bro. Appreciate you.
He said he flat. Hey, you gotta do something, bro. Walking past a group of guys, bro, be something different from one. I ain't lying.
I've done that shit too many times to count, dog.
Ain't but we got 26 minutes on this video. We got a good video, man. You feel me, man? We got performances coming soon, man. 4BG, WG, we gonna be on top soon. It's a promise, bro. It's guaranteed. I just pray that God keep blessing what we got going on and just keep flourishing what we got going on so we can keep going from here on out. Just pray that we really do, we grow a bond as well, a spiritual bond at that, like in our soul ties. We need soul ties together so we can just stay together, pray together, love together, you feel me? Just keep going together, bro. And, you feel me? Keep it G, I keep it God wherever I step, you feel me? You got Vinny, we got manager, you feel me? We gonna be up real soon, bro. Y'all seeing this video now. I'm just know great things coming this year. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless y'all.